We're here for Beyond the Fairways with Simon Majdulski, the Director of Rules and Handicapping at Golf Australia. And today, Simon, we're quite literally beyond the fairway. We're in a rough situation and we're talking about taking relief in some unusual circumstances.
Mark, good to be with you, and yes, beyond the fairway we indeed are. In this particular situation, we've got the flagstick in this direction, we've got an immovable obstruction right behind our ball which is impeding our backswing, but if the immovable obstruction wasn't here, we'd also have these branches up here which would also be impeding us. So the question is, even though we're being impeded by the immovable obstruction, are we really entitled to relief? Because by getting relief from one thing, we'd also be getting relief from the tree.
That's surely a lucky break for us, isn't it? Because surely we're entitled to relief from the immovable obstruction.
Look, Mark, that is absolutely correct. In this instance, what we're doing is just moving across until we can find a point where the immovable obstruction is no longer impeding our backswing. That's right there, that's our nearest point of relief. We then get a club length from that point, and I can drop the ball anywhere within this club length. The immovable obstruction is no longer impeding me. As it happens, the tree's not impeding me. I've now got a perfectly clear backswing, but I've just got lucky.
So we got lucky in that circumstance, but what about this one where the ball is clearly unplayable? Let's say there's an immovable obstruction in your line, or you're standing on a grate or a rabbit scrape. Are you still entitled to relief even though the ball is unplayable?
Yeah, Mark, it's a good question. I could be standing on something here from which I would otherwise be entitled to relief, but because it's clearly impracticable for me to play a stroke for some reason other than what I'd be taking relief from, I'm denied relief in this situation. That is, it's the tree that is really stopping me from playing a stroke. It's impracticable for me to play a stroke, so I don't get free relief. I would have to take relief under the unplayable ball rule.
So that actually covers a letter that we got from a frustrated golfer who was talking about a situation where relief was denied by a marker because a player was restricted by trees when he was standing in a rabbit scrape. So what's the situation in that instance?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the first thing is frustrated golfer covers just about all of us, I think. But in the case that you're describing, the player is impeded by a rabbit scrape. The rules of golf provide relief from a rabbit scrape. As it happens, the player would also get relief from a tree in their backswing. That's fine, so long as it was reasonable for the player to have played some sort of stroke in the first instance. Again, the player is getting lucky in that situation. Sometimes the rules work for you, sometimes they don't.
Thanks, Simon.